Okay, so picture this. You're on a safari.
Oh.
In India, the sun's setting.
Yeah.
You're in this open Jeep.
All right.
And all of a sudden, 2 tigers appear.
Oh, wow.
One is right on the roof of the Jeep staring you down.
Oh, my God.
The other one's blocking your path. I mean, it's like straight out of a nightmare, right?
It really is a scary thought.
But it's a real image.
Yeah.
It's called Tiger Safari Encounter.
Wow.
And that's what we're going to look at today.
Fascinating.
We also have a real-life story of a close call on a tiger safari.
Okay, great.
So we're going to try to understand that mix of awe and fear,
Right.
that these encounters create, and just what it says about tigers and humans.
Absolutely. That push and pull between us and the wild.
Exactly. So let's jump right in.
Yeah.
This picture, tiger safari encounter. I mean, the men in the Jeep are frozen. You
Yeah.
practically feel their fear.
Right.
But the tiger on the roof, it's almost like he's relaxed,
Yeah.
totally in control.
Uh-huh.
What's happening there?
I think he hit a key point there. You mentioned the tiger's body language.
Mm.
That stare, that confident posture, it's all about dominance.
Right.
And that tiger being on the roof, that's not just random.
Yeah.
Tigers are so aware of what's around them,
Really?
and how to show they're the boss. That tiger communication in the wild research,
Yeah.
it really points out how tigers use their whole presence to send a message.
So it's less about being aggressive and more about like setting boundaries.
Exactly. Tigers, they've got their ways of marking their turf.
Hmm.
Things like scent marking. It's like leaving a note, hey, this is mine.
Like a keep out sign.
Yeah, and the picture, that huge landscape, the Jeep's so isolated.
Right.
It really highlights how the tiger's running the show.
That makes that story about the Jeep stalling even scarier.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine being stuck a tiger coming towards you?
It just shows you can't always predict what wildlife will do.
True.
What's really interesting is that the tiger in that story doesn't attack. Instead, it sniffs the vehicle. It rubs up against it.
Yeah.
Your notes mention that attacks on vehicles are super rare.
Really?
Yeah, it hardly ever happens.
So this behavior is more like what we're seeing in the image,
Uh-huh.
showing dominance, not all-out aggression.
Exactly. The
Yeah.
tiger might be scent marking.
Okay.
Or even, maybe being playful.
Playful.
Kind of like house cats rubbing on furniture.
Right.
Tigers might rub on things to figure out what they are, get used to them.
That's so interesting.
And this all goes against that idea of tigers being just killing machines.
Right.
Yeah.
That guide's joke about being accepted into the tiger family makes you think.
Right.
It's funny how he's dealing with this scary thing,
Yeah.
but it also shows how we don't always get tigers.
Yeah, we make a lot of assumptions about them.
Exactly. So these encounters, they force us to think about how we see predators
Yeah.
and, our own place in nature.
It's humbling, right?
Yeah. All that adrenaline, the feeling of being so vulnerable, it can change you. So we've seen how a single image can tell such a complex story.
Right.
And that tigers are these complex creatures using all sorts of subtle signals.
Mm.
And we've got a glimpse of how it feels to come face to face with these amazing animals.
It's a powerful thing.
But here's something to think about. If you could safely watch tigers in the wild,
Oh?
would you do it?
That's a good question.
And what would you want to learn from them?
That's something to ponder.
Thanks for joining me today.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, see you then.